Hey guys, so I am back at the site today to talk about solar when I return on the Eric McNeil Be Free Show.
Black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Hey guys, welcome. You've just discovered the Eric McNeil Be Free Show, where it's all about being financially independent, responsible for self, enjoying life, and empowering others. Free. So we got a lot going on, but I can only focus on one thing today. So I had promised that I would do a thorough review of the solar. So that's what we're going to talk about today is the solar. So if you guys have been following me for some time, you know that initially what we wanted to do is we wanted to start a solar rooftop program where we purchased the solar and we could then kind of bill out, have monthly bills to our homeowners so that they wouldn't have to outright purchase a solar system. However, we got stopped with that because we were informed that you have to have a license to do that, essentially. So basically, there's some, it basically said that the only licensee in Ghana is the electric company. They're the only ones who can bill for electricity. So that was some ways around that, but I just like to keep things simple. I didn't want to run afoul of the powers that be, and so I just said, let's just keep it simple and let the homeowners purchase their solar, and we basically they basically own it. As simple as that. They basically own it. So so that's what we're doing is if you buy a house, you have to purchase. Now the condos, we would likely have ECG at the condos, but if you buy a house, you have to purchase it. You have to purchase solar. Okay, as simple as that. But I want to run through. You can either purchase your solar from us, or you can purchase your solar from a third party. Doesn't matter with us, but we will be glad to sell you, and I'm going to go through our solar packages today and explain to you, what you get, how much it is, so you can make an intelligent decision. All right, so at any rate, let's come in here and take a look at some of the solar stuff we have going on. It's kind of messy in here because we're just working. So when we first got into solar, and let me explain this. Hold on. I need to flip the camera around to explain this one. Okay, so I need to flip the camera around to explain this one. But from time to time, you always have people who come on my comment section on YouTube and things like that, and they're always talking about how we should be sourcing everything from Africa. Get everything from Africa, and that sounds good in theory, Like somebody I told them, I said, one step at a time. And they came on here with this long, wrote this long diatribe about, no, if not now, when, blah, blah, to the blah, blah, blah. We need to get everything, and y'all the problem, and y'all don't. You see that? Everything. Like, if you get everything from Africa, I don't know, would you be using your computer right now if you had to get it from Africa, like all the materials, all the raw materials, like you can't get any from anything anywhere else? Does that make sense? But I bring that up because I want to talk about our solar. So we went through this whole solar system and said, okay, there was a guy who I had known for years. He's a solar engineer, solar technician, whatever you want to call him, and he's good at what he does. He installed my initial solar system when I purchased my home on the mountain. But at that point, he was working for a large company, SPS, right? And SPS, is a company located in Timma here, and they were making their own solar panels. But he basically installed my system, and I had been using him for years. So, and I had been recommending him to others for years. So when we got around to deciding that we would be an off-grid community and we would need solar, we began working with him. And so basically, we told him to configure it, and we were going to essentially be outsourcing a lot of work to him. So we gave him our requirements, and the first system, which needed to support our power tools. So it's going to be a large system, like 11 kilowatt system. And he basically said, okay, let's go with some lithium batteries, and mind you, come from Africa. So I'm gonna flip the camera around to show you. So so he said, okay, let's go with some lithium batteries, and we got the lithium batteries, and he said, let's go. He said, there's even a company in Ghana that make inverters, Eric. So we wouldn't have to outsource the inverters from China, and when there's something wrong with it, this company can easily fix it. And so, we are always looking to support local made, and we want to help people grow their company as we grow our company, and we want it to be a win-win situation. But the system, now the Ghana-made inverter is not here. Now we took it out, and we replaced it with, a Chinese-made inverter. But the Ghana-made inverter, real huge inverter, it wasn't, these are hybrid inverters. The Ghana-made inverter was like I believe they call it a transformer-based inverter, so it's much bigger. But, and we had a problem with that, but, we said, okay, but we'll still work with it. It's Ghana-made, and we got the batteries that are coming from a Nigerian company. And we started having problems, and he started telling me, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong, so we had to order some for the batteries. The batteries started dying way too early, and we had to order these BMS units that he said, got destroyed, the BMS units. So they needed to be replaced, and that would fix the problem. And we ordered the BMS units, and still didn't fix the problem. And then, so we started, asking the inverter guy, okay, is it your fault that this thing isn't working? So I put both of them in a group together, the inverter guy and the solar technician, and as we did that, we started discovering that it looks like the inverter guy had already warned the solar guy that the batteries were no good, that something was wrong with the batteries, and it wasn't his inverter that was causing the problem, but it was rather the batteries. And and I started doing some research on the batteries, and I discovered that the batteries didn't come with this BMS module from the beginning. And so he was operating the batteries as though they came with this BMS modules, and he was basically overloading the batteries because the BMS module was supposed to regulate it. So he basically, it looks like they were destroyed somewhere, but yeah, so that there you have it. Then he became evasive, and now I could have sued this gentleman and probably took the little that he has, but we decided to just cut our losses short and move on. But he lost the relationship, because we were going to give him a lot of work. But you see that? Yeah, let me turn this around. But yeah, so he destroyed a relationship just like that. And now you have to ask yourself, did he know better? Or was he caught off guard or what? I think he knew. I think he, maybe a little bit, he was caught off guard, but a lot of this stuff from the beginning, I think that he knew better, and that for the monies that we paid him, I think he was trying to just get the cheapest solution, and that is why he got caught up, because he was trying to get the absolute cheapest solution, and because we entrusted him to actually install a system that was reliable, and we decided not to micromanage him on every little part and give him the flexibility to recommend. And so this is what happens, that he failed us, and he ruined the relationship, and lost all the business, and so bada bee, bada bam. So for all you people that are always talking about, oh, we should get everything should come from Africa. Please go sit down. It makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. When it's feasible to get it from Africa, and it's and we know that it would be a workable solution, then we do that. But no, we don't get everything from Africa, and just doesn't work. So yeah, and most of the people who say that never ran any type of business in their life. But anyway, that's just a little background. We took over the issue, and fortunately, we had one of the we brought in Fofo, who's one of the organic food farmer. Fofo also does solar, so he took over the solar, and and we took over the equipment. I determined that I would determine what equipment we pull in, and now we have a reliable system. But yeah, so let's go over the solar system that we offer, and you can make your decision which size you want. You can make your decision whether you want to source it from somewhere else. Okay, the solar system that we offer is 4 options that you're going to be able to get. The first option is a 2.5 kilowatt option. Then that is $6,000. Then there's a 5,000 kilowatt option, which is $8,000. Then there's a 7.5 kilowatt option, which is $15,000. And then there is a 10,000 kilowatt option, which is $20,000. Now, so let's talk about the different options, and in case you're shopping, somebody might tell you, well, I can do a 5,000 cheaper, or this cheaper. Yeah, you can. Yeah, we did it cheaper. It was cheaper over here, but you see what happened. But at any rate, this is the inverter that we're using, and it is a 5,000 watt or a 5 kilowatt inverter that's capable of doing load balancing. Why is load balancing important is because you might say, okay, I want 10,000 watts or 10 kilowatts, and they say, okay, we're gonna install 2 or 3 or 4 of these inverters, and most time the inverter doesn't come with load balancing. So either it doesn't support it or you have to pay extra to get it. And so if you get 10,000 watts and they tell you they're going to install 2 inverters to give it to you, then what'll happen is that you won't have 10,000. What you'll have is 2 separate 5 kilowatt, inverters installed, and they can only handle 5 kilowatts. So some of your sockets will be 5 kilowatts, and then the other group will be 5 kilowatts. You get it? But you can't plug in a big something that's large, and over that requires 8 kilowatts. You see that? Because they're not load balanced. So load balancing is important, and this has load balancing built in. It's a 5 kilowatt, has load balancing already built in. All right, so and then we're using lithium batteries. Other people that tell you they can do it cheaper, they're gonna typically be using these lead gel acid batteries. This is a lithium battery, and it's similar to the Tesla battery. It's a big battery. You can hang it on the wall. It's too heavy for us to hang on the wall, so we just put it down here. So yeah, that's what you're gonna get with us. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna be using the lithium batteries. And not only that, because some people tell you, oh, we got lithium batteries also. But you got to get the specs of these lithium batteries. So this lithium battery, it has the BMS built in, which these didn't. And it is a 48 volt, 200 amp hour battery. Okay, that's very, very, very important, because a lot of them might be 28 volt, 48 volt, 100 amp hours. And you're going around saying, oh, but somebody can do this cheaper than y'all, and they got lithium batteries. All right, get the specs of the battery, okay? Please, get the specs, all right? So, so that's the batteries we'll be using. And last but not least are the solar panels. We will be using 500 kilowatt, 500 watt panels. So the importance of that is that, somebody might tell you, okay, we can do this 5 kilowatt option, but cheaper, but they're using 250 watt panels, or they may be using 275 watt panels. And you see, the problem with that is that because their panels have a lower wattage, you're gonna need more panels. So if it's a 250 watt panel and they tell you, okay, we can do that 5 kilowatt for cheaper, well, they're gonna have to use double the number of panels that we use, and that means you're gonna have more labor for those panels, and it's going to take more roof space for those panels. You get it? So those are the advantages of the equipment that we are using, guys. All right, so now that you know, and then there's going to be like a junction box. All right, so that's it. But we have some additional junction boxes that we use, but yeah. So at any rate, so you see the equipment. Now, let me go through the specific options, what you get with each option. So for the 2.5 kilowatt option, that's $6,000 US. You will have 6 500 watt solar panels, 1 5 kilowatt inverter, and 1 48 volt 200 amp battery, and of course the installation is included. All right, so now when you jump to 5 kilowatt option, the only thing you have to do is add more solar panels. So instead of 6 solar panels, you're going to get 12. We're going to add 6 more. You're going to get 12 solar panels, but you're still going to have just the one inverter. That's a 5 kilowatt inverter. It'll support it, and this battery will support 5 kilowatts, so you don't need another battery. So the only thing we're doing is we're just adding more solar panels. Give you this 5 kilowatt option. So really, and that's 8,000 US dollars. So so from 6,000 to 8,000, you can double your capacity. So really, I mean, my suggestion, really, you can get away if you're not running an AC. You can get away with, you have like a 1 bedroom duplex. Yeah, you can get away with 2.5 kilowatt. But my suggestion is just to go for 5 kilowatt option at 8,000 US dollars. That's my suggestion. Especially if you plan on having an AC in your unit. Yeah. So let's see. Number 3, option 3 is 7.5 kilowatt option. So yeah, you tell me you're gonna have 2 ACs in your home, then you might want to go with this 7.5 kilowatt option. The 7.5 kilowatt option comes with 24 panels, 24 500 watt solar panels, and it will come with 2 5 kilowatt inverters, hybrid inverters, 2, and so and it will come with 2 of these lithium batteries, 2, and then that option is 15,000 US dollars, 15,000 US dollars. Okay, and then option 4 is the 10 kilowatt option. That's the biggest one we sell. 10 kilowatt option at 20,000 US dollars. 20,000 US dollars. That's going to come with 30 500 watt solar panels. 30. Then it's still going to come with the 2 inverters. And yeah, so 2 inverters, that won't change. And then it's going to come with 3 of these lithium batteries, 48 volt 200 amp hour lithium batteries, 3. So we add another lithium batteries and we add some more solar panels, and yeah, and then that gives you 10 kilowatt option for 20,000 US dollars. Okay guys, so that's basically it. You have heard our prices on the options, and yeah, so if you have any questions about what you need, yeah, just let us know. And people keep asking me, that's buying homes, do they have to get their solar system, purchase it now? No, you don't have to. You can purchase it at any time you want to. I mean, you can get your house and not even purchase one. You can run it with no electricity. I'm just being facetious, but I'm just saying that you can purchase it whenever you want. But the thing to keep in mind is that solar keeps going up and away. So the prices that I gave you today, yesterday's prices and not today's prices, so they could go up. So, so the advantage of buying it today is that you're locked in with the pricing, but you don't have to get it today. So that's it, so hopefully you get it now and you can determine which solar system you need. Like I say, if you're not planning on getting a AC, you got a 1-bedroom duplex, you're not planning on getting an AC, yeah, you can get away with 2.5 kilowatts. But you get 1 AC, yeah, you really need to beef it up to that 5 kilowatt unit. And as a matter of fact, I would get the 5 kilowatt even if I didn't have an AC, because the price difference of 6,000 versus 8,000 is only 2,000 more US dollars. So yeah, I would just go with 5, to be honest with you. And then if you're gonna have 2 ACs in your unit, yeah, you need to be looking at 7.5. You're gonna have 3 ACs in your unit, yeah, you need to be looking at 10. Yeah, you just, it depends on what you want to do. All right, guys, that's it. Let us know what you think, and your feedback, whatever you want to talk about, go ahead. Also, hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, and also visit our website, www.migratingculturecrossing.com. Check out our half-price home promo that is ending in December 31st, guys. Get in, because and December 31st rolls around, you are going to be suffering if you don't jump on the bandwagon. So go ahead and get everything in and move forward. Let's see. And also, you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Eric McNeil. It's free. And as always, hoorah, ahuru. Now be free.